Woj, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, Malika, Kyle Lowry is headed home to Philadelphia. He agreed to a contract buyout with Charlotte yesterday, and he will sign with the Sixers for the rest of the season, $2.8 million. And that's what his representative, Mark Bartelstein of Priority Sports, told me last night. And for Kyle Lowry, he has hoped his whole career that he would have a chance to go back to Philly, where he was a star at Cardinal Doherty High School, at Villanova. And now he gets to rejoin his old coach, Nick Nurse, who he won a title with in Toronto. This is a Sixer team that traded Patrick Beverley for a second-round pick, I think, with the expectation, the hope that they'd get Kyle Lowry to come back, and an organization that thinks they can still get something out of Lowry in limited minutes. This is a group that needs, that wants to stay out of that play-in. They're in fifth place now. They're 2 games up on 6th place. But Kyle Lowry, really a dream come true for him at 37 years old. And he'll try to kind of help this Philly team hold it together until they can get Joel Embiid back. And Kyle Lowry dreams of a playoff run in Philly. He's going to get his chance now.
Absolutely. It's a homecoming of sorts for Kyle Lowry. Woj, thank you so very much for spending a little bit of time with us here on NBA Countdown. Let's take a look at the East standings here. The Celtics are still the top seed. They hold a 4.5-game lead over the red-hot Cavaliers, who, remember, have won 17 of their last 18. Take a look, though. The Heat, they remain dangerous, the 8th seed, after going from the play-in to the finals last year. I know you have a comment on.
I was damn near hyperventilating because I said that Woj should stay home because when he's home, he delivers good information. When he's on the set, it's bad information. Well, damn it, come back in the studio because he just gave me bad information. Kyle Lowry, being in Philadelphia, you know what it did, Wilbon? Reminded me. I covered Kyle Lowry. Well, then after that, he went to college in Villanova, obviously, and then went to the pros. Great guy, love him to.
Are you feeling old? Be careful, you're playing into Malika's theme here.
Feeling old.
You feeling old?
Well, then I guess we need to get Woj back in studio. We always love when we have him.
Come back to studio, Woj.
Stephen A., I thought we keep you
We had a full house in studio. We had a full house in studio this past week. We had Brian Windhorst in the building as well. Woj was here. I'm sorry he left, and now is giving you bad news, Stephen A. But Brian, he brought up an interesting point on NBA Today. You remember this, Shanae, when he was talking about the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference as potentially the most important positioning in either of the conferences. Because when you look at, close your ears, Stephen A., but the Knicks having a couple of injuries right now, the Cavaliers being on this streak, the Celtics still at the top, the Bucks playing a little bit of wobbly basketball, and the Philadelphia 76ers in free fall. Who do you think is the biggest challenger to the Celtics, particularly if they're able to hold on to the 2 seed?
Malika, I still think it's the Knicks because the kind of injuries they have, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
These guys should, and hopefully are, all back and ready to roll in late March at the latest, maybe before that. And that means they will have had some rest, which is not a word you hear often when Tom Thibodeau coach teams, is rest in the regular season, because that's not a priority. But if you don't have serious leg injuries, but yet you can keep fresh legs and get in there by again, late March and get on a roll, I think the Knicks in the playoffs will be the biggest challenger. But Cleveland, Cleveland's going to be below the radar. When is the last time Cleveland was any good without LeBron James? And we got to go way, way back. We went back to the 90s. We went back to Brad Daugherty and Mark Price.
Yes,
a threat
make it
to
the conference
So, Malika,
finals,
is Cleveland, man, by the way, Cleveland wants the Knicks, Stephen A.
Whatever.
They do. Just like you want Miami.
I got something to say.
Just like you want Miami again. You want another crack at Miami, right? Don't you?
I'll explain.
I'm right there with Wilbon. Another crack at the Knicks after last year's playoff series.
If it goes based off of just the team, and I hate to do the young thing, but say the team vibe check, right? It's the Knicks. They've got everything that it takes to make it based off of the current landscape of the Sixers.